The dark side of our life. Not every part of our story shines with light. Behind the smiles, behind the words, and beneath the surface, there are shadows we don't often talk about, but they exist. They are part of our life. They are the dark side of our life. They have been moments when we felt invisible, surrounded by people, yet completely alone. We smiled, loved, and carried on, but inside we were hurting. There were times when we questioned our worth, when we wondered if we even mattered, days when we cried silently in the night, hoping no one would hear, and perhaps the hardest part was pretending everything was fine. Sometimes the darkness came from failure, from not meeting others' expectations, or even our own. Sometimes we felt like disappointment to our family, to our friends, and even to oneself. We have made mistakes we wish we would undo, said things we regret, lost people we loved, and carried guilt like a silent shadow that never left our side. There were times when we felt broken from inside, not physically but emotionally and spiritually. We have battled fear, anxiety, insecurity, and deep sadness. We have been misunderstood, misjudged, and even ignored by the ones we trusted. Sometimes we lost ourselves trying to please others, but perhaps the darkest moments were when we felt far from God. When prayers felt empty, when we doubted His love, and when we wondered if He had abandoned us. We asked God, "Where are you?" We longed for a touch, a sign, a word, something to assure us that God is with us. Yet, in that darkness, something beautiful happened. It was there, in the silence, that we began to truly hear. In our weakness, we discovered a strength that was a time. In the midst of pain, we saw tiny rays of grace, a comforting word from a friend, a passage from Scripture, a quiet moment of peace. God had left us. He was there all along, even when we couldn't feel Him. Jesus Himself knew the dark side of our life. He was betrayed, rejected, beaten, and crucified. He cried out from the cross, my God, why have you forsaken me?" He too walked through darkness so that we would never have to walk alone. Our darkness doesn't define us, but it has shaped us. It has made us softer, more compassionate. It has taught us to be gentle with others because we never know what battles they are fighting. It has brought us closer to the heart of Jesus, who understands sufferings like no one else. Yes, there is a dark side to our life, but it is not the end of our story. The same God who allowed us to walk through darkness is the one who is now turning our wounds into wisdom, our pain into purpose, and our tears into testimony. Today, we are still healing, still learning, still growing. We are not perfect, but we are not pretending anymore. We are real. We are honest, and we are still standing because God never gave up on us. So, if you ask about the dark side of your life, we won't hide it. It's part of who we are. But so is hope, so is grace, so is the promise that the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. So please accept the reality of your life and move on in your life journey.